What else do we have to talk about? We haven't even started. We always sit here like, are we going to have any content enough for the time? And then we start
then like 4
rattling
hours
off
later,
for 2
we're like,
hours.
"Oh, crap."
2.5 hours. We can talk about Candace now.
Oh, let's talk about
Let's
Candace.
do it.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to owe Candace Owens an apology.
I don't
am.
think you're going to write. Like,
I'm not, because she's still not a very nice lady when it came to Steven Crowder thing. I think she went on Tim Pool and lost her ever loving mind for the Daily Wire, who, look what happened now.
Yeah.
Who fired you? So now, that being said, I told the Daily Wire that if they got rid of Candace Owens, I would rejoin.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to?
No, because I should put stipulations with it and said reasons for firing. But it looks like the news as of right now is that she got fired because she said Christ is king in an anti-Semitic way.
That's interesting.
So I understand how she can be very degrading with things she says.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see her saying Christ is king to Ben Shapiro in a degrading. I could see it, but is that a reason to fire somebody?
But did he not? Wasn't he the one that coined the phrase "facts don't care about your feelings"? Sorry, Ben, that's a fact.
True.
Christ is king.
That's not a fact to him, though.
That's not how facts work.
It's not a fact to him.
That's not how facts work.
No,
That's
facts
not how
don't
truth
care about
works.
your
That's
feelings,
true.
Ben.
That is true.
So you just suck it.
Yeah.
So
So
seriously, Christ is king.
and it all got started from the whole Israel-Palestine thing. It's what it got
Palestine,
started from.
Palestine, whatever they call it.
Whatever it is
I
today.
think
Philistine, Palestine.
I think
I think it's
Shapiro
there.
says Palestine. I'm not quite sure on that.
Well, then
but
it must be correct.
it has
Ben
to be.
Shapiro
'Cause
says that.
He's the best ever.
I never liked him.
So apparently, and basically, Candace Owens came out and said we shouldn't support anybody. Like, we should just worry about ourselves.
I would support Israel because Israel has always been a great ally.
It should if they ask for it.
That's so complicated. And we've got to short up about this anyways. We talked about this once before, but we, as the church, understand the path of Israel, what's going to happen. There's nothing we can do about that, right? There's nothing they can do about that. That's recompense for their behavior. How much does us meddling in their affairs now affect that? Zero. What God wants to happen in Israel is going to
100%.
happen. So I'm conflicted there. Do we support them or do we step back and let God do his thing?
You know, I think, and
You need to make chat bigger so I can read it from here.
I think in 2 weeks I'm going to talk about this, because we're going through the Old Testament. We're getting into Abraham and all that.
Yeah.
I want to talk about this stuff because I think I don't know everything there is to know about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what does it mean that there are His chosen people? What's going to happen to the nation of Israel in the end?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm interested in really studying this stuff because we're just like the Christian church is always, we got to support the Jews,
right?
We got to support Israel. And
but really, we're supporting their poor behavior.
And I know Paul talks a great deal about this, and he talks about, supporting Israel and all that stuff, and make no mistake about it, all of Israel will be saved. And
yeah, Paul talks in Romans about how the truth is being shaded from Israel at the moment too. So how much can we really do for them, right? I mean, this is ordained the way it's going.
And so, but in my gut, in my heart and spirit, am I like, do we need to support Israel? Yes, I feel that way.
So to answer, this is Jeremy Boring's tweet.
Oh,
okay. This is from Daily Wire man himself. How is saying Christ is king anti-Semitic? He says the same way anything becomes anti-Semitic when it is used on purpose of expressing I don't know what that word, anti-Semitism. I guess that's a word. It's like asking, how does a shovel become a murder weapon when it is used to murder someone? This isn't hard. A shovel is not innately a murder weapon. Saying Christ is king is not innately anti-Semitic. It's about how the thing is used. Saying eat some cornbread is not racist if you say it to my 3-year-old when she is refusing her dinner. Saying it as response to X post by black commentators I don't like, it has taken on a new meaning beyond what is innate. In other words, it is he uses too many big words. I'm not this smart.
That was a reach.
It is racist, not. I'll skip that part. So, 2, Christ is king may be anti-Semitic connotation, while not in. I'm stupid. I'm a redneck. Denotation. I'm not sure what that means.
Denotate. Yeah.
When it is being used to express I'm so confused now. Semitism.
Well, I would be confused too because that's a lot.
He's got some big
goop.
words.
That was a lot. So
here's the thing:
a shovel is a murder weapon if it's used to murder people.
It's a shovel.
So is it the shovel's fault?
Yes.
Is that what we're basically trying to say there?
Yeah,
I'm trying to read into it a little
That's
bit.
what he's saying.
But is it
the
the
shovel
shovel's
is
fault?
now evil.
No, he's saying the person that used the shovel.
I don't know. I want to say it the other way.
I'll say I haven't. Have any of
It's
the
a
three of
dumb
us
analogy.
seen the video where she said this?
So apparently,
Did
what
she
happened,
say it with
no,
an
no, no.
attitude?
So there was another tweet too. That it was a tweet.
It's the truth. It doesn't matter if she said it with an attitude.
It was a tweet with a copy of an email, and the email was sent out to Daily Wire employees. And it said all employees were having a town hall meeting with all the big dogs. Do not bring your phones. So phones were outlawed. So none of this could have been when all this was happening. So I don't know if that's when she said
So they were having a meeting with no phones about anti-Semitism. And
well,
she said
I don't know if
something.
that's when she said it or if the meeting that they had was about her saying that. That could have been it too. But it was.
I'm curious if there's video footage of her saying it with attitude.
Well, no, I'm sure that they went into the meeting and everybody's like, "We got to kiss Ben's rear end because he's the super Jew in here."
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, he is. He's super Jew.
and
He's
if you think
running
about
around
it,
with his little
He's the one bringing
little cap on all the time.
Is he co-owner?
Yannicka.
Isn't he like
He's
co-owner
gotta be.
or
He's gotta
so?
be.
I think he's like co-owner with Jeremy.
Yeah.
So,
So we've got to protect Ben at
got to
all
kiss
costs.
his butt. Yeah.
And we've got this little uppity black person over here who's really religious.
That's what the Daily Wire's racist.
100%.
They're only black.
You got
Well,
all these
do they
white
have any
people
other-
who are attacked. Yeah.
Do they have any other black hosts?
Nope.
Daily Wire's
None.
racist.
got rid of the only
Daily
black
Wire,
ones that were
why
Not
would
only
you do that?
racist, they're anti-Christian.
Well, they're Catholics, right?
Pseudo-intellectualism. Now he's trying to use big words.
Wow. Stop using big words. I'm a redneck. How's that pseudo-intellectualism?
Well, no, it's not pseudo-intellectualism. It's big con. They're all the same.
Mm-hmm.
And Crowder was right in this regard. Even though Crowder's way too much drama now, but
Oh my gosh, he's in the tabloids again this week.
yeah.
Yeah, the whole Jared thing.
But the money stuff, money's will change a lot of people's opinions, and money changes people no matter how much people say they don't want it. It doesn't do that. And Big Con makes a lot of money, and they've got to keep it. They can't have anybody in there rocking the boat. And Candace Owens is always, when she came out, and the president, or whatever the hell they refer to them as, the president of France, his wife, she said, "I'll stake my career that his wife's a man." And she got fired just after that.
Well, she did stake her career then, didn't she?
Well, she did. She's like 100%. I'm the same with Big Mike. I'll stake my career on the fact that Michelle Obama's a man. But it's just interesting the timing. Let's just put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
But she's very outspoken, and and I can see her.
It's interesting to see though, because I mean, maybe I'll put it up in the corner, but it was it 6 months ago, 9 months ago? You're talking about how, I mean, you said it already, how much you disliked her.
Yes, because she is.
And we were kind of on.
We were right.
We were kind of on a Daily Wire binge then, though. We were kind of behind them. Yeah,
Absolutely. And I still, Daily Wire has excellent content.
Yeah,
they still do. And I still agree with a lot of the stuff they say. Candace Owens always come across as very brutal when she would say stuff. When she would come across and she would she'd talk over people. She had that I'm right, you're wrong attitude when she was talking to people. And that's what rubbed me wrong.
Yeah.
I didn't care for that style. Now, I agree with a lot of stuff she says. She's not wrong in a lot of stuff she says. But like when she went on Tim Pool and she started losing her ever-loving mind over the whole Crowder situation that she should have just stayed silent about anyway, with none of her business.
Yeah.
I think what hurt her feelings is that they probably offered him more than what they offered her. That's why she went off the rails.
Well,
and that was honestly, that's probably the start of her downfall at the Daily Wire. Because how long ago has that been? 6 months? Well, it's probably been more than that.
But I
It's
think
longer now. Yeah.
it wasn't necessarily we didn't like Candace Owens. We didn't like Candace Owens' response to the Crowder video
Yes.
with him and his wife.
Well, no,
because she immediately assumed that Crowder was in the wrong, and all we said was, we don't know.
Yeah, we got attacked over that too.
Yeah, it's like
how dare we say we don't really know what's going on?
We don't really know. The fact that they know for a fact, I hate to use so be redundant, but that she erased almost all of the footage on the video camera, but left that part.
Yep, the one part
that incriminates him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, does it show the video of her banging the UPS driver on the kitchen table?
Or the part where she came out 10 minutes earlier and probably screamed at him.
Yeah.
They don't. She erased that stuff.
Yeah.
And we said that in our show that we're zooming in on 30 seconds and everybody's forming an opinion about an entire
We just don't know. And we would have said that about anybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Candace Owens comes out and is like, "You should never support Steven Crowder. He's a monster. He's horrible." It's like you don't know the whole story.
Exactly, and that's what really ticked us off.
Now he pushed the line when he was talking about messing his wife up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we also talked about that too, because my
did.
wife sometimes I'd be like, I'm gonna just
Slap you around.
Yeah.
I want to slap you around because you're going nuts.
Yeah.
And we say stupid stuff like that when in the heat of the moment in an argument like that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And their marriage was obviously on the degrade anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
So things are going to get said that aren't meant.
Yeah, he was saying that they were just basically cohabitants for like 2 years. Like
Yeah,
they hadn't been
why
getting
they have a
along.
baby?
Right. Well, that was probably an attempt to save it.
Probably,
It's probably the UPS fans.
Yeah, probably the UPS guy. That's probably what they were arguing about.
Yeah.
Much like you don't like to hear Ben Shapiro speak, I can't stand to look at or hear Candace Owens. The way she just enunciates things, the way she carries herself, I can't.
When she gets in front of senators and congressmen and they try to grill her, she takes it from nobody.
Oh, that is the one thing I respect about her. Like her or not, she's tough.
She was sitting there and she was on a panel here recently where she was sitting there with 3 white people, and the white people were talking about the plight of black people, and she was like, really? It's like, I'm the only one of authority to speak on this.
Yeah. She's tough. I'll give her that. She's tough.
They had 3 white Karens there talking about this.
Yeah. She's tough. And like I said, I agree with a lot of things she says. I do.
100%.
I just don't care for the way she says it sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Crowder, I can't watch Crowder anymore because everybody's always talking at the same time. That's so weird. Rush Limbaugh was the master because it was only Rush behind the mic. And it was nobody else. Hannity talks over people all the time. I can't stand that either.
Oh, I can't watch Hannity.
No.
I can't.
But it was just Rush. It was perfect. Oh, gosh, I miss him. I have to say that in every podcast. Why are we watching Jim Carrey run through here?
I'm not sure why Jim Carrey's here, but this is the Benny Johnson video guy.
We're not going to show PMSNBC, are we?
What? You said Benny Johnson?
No, this is Benny Johnson.
After MSNBC declares Christ is King offensive. Oh.
Let's just see what happens.
Yeah, this is Benny Johnson.
Christ is king. Christ is king. Christ is king.
Oh, Benny. Benny's great, man.
What's up, guys? Boy, Benny, how the turntables turn. There was a little bit of drama over saying Christ is king over the Christian high holiday of Easter. Holiday, of course, that I celebrate, and obviously Christ is king. So I didn't see the drama, and I didn't engage in the drama, but drama, ladies and gentlemen, there seems to be. Up seconds ago, Candace Owens confirmed effectively that she was fired from the Daily Wire for saying Christ is king. No joke. This is really something quite shocking. Apparently, the Daily Wire may be facing legal troubles because they also got rid of other employees who are on Candace's.
So they got rid of other employees too that were on her side.
David French. Look at the quote here. What we saw on Easter Sunday was a remarkable display of venom and hatred. During Holy Week, Christians all over Twitter were posting Christ is King, specifically aimed to assert religious dominance in a very gross and ugly way. It is very dangerous.
The Blaze.
That's
okay,
the Blaze.
Saying French King said that. Okay.
Okay, but the Blaze is just telling what David French said.
I was like, hold on. But
KMA. Seriously.
So let me get this straight. On Easter, it is apparently wrong to say Christ is king.
As Christians cannot say Christ is king.
on the day we celebrate, he rose from the
No, it's
dead.
offensive. Not even on Easter. It's just offensive for Christians to say that Christ is king.
Doesn't make any sense.
Aim to assert religious
whatsoever.
dominance. Yeah,
It doesn't make.
that's exactly what we're doing.
Any sense
Oh my gosh, they've seen
whatsoever.
through our plan. Very gross and ugly way. You're very gross and ugly.
So saying Christ is
It's
king
very
is,
dangerous. Here we go. It's dangerous. It's a danger to democracy.
They're going to start putting us on list for saying Christ is king now.
Yeah,
That'll
you guys
be the
want a
next thing.
theocracy out there where everything's controlled. No, we don't. We want to be left alone.
Oh my gosh.
It's just, I mean, seriously, it's just like, it's like the person who, you got the hornet's nest and the person who keeps sticking their head in the hornet's nest and telling the hornets to leave them alone. It's like, quit doing this.
Right there, she says this was started by Andrew Clavin of the Daily Wire in an attempt to explain how I was anti-Semitic.
Our viewer here says, I never believe when a celebrity says why they were fired.
Valid.
Yeah.
True. But here's the other thing, too. Daily Wire has always been one of those companies that if you say something against them that is not true,
It's a big
they
compliment.
are tweeting about it right then and there. They've not said anything about
I
this.
don't think so. They're
the Crowder
very.
situation, as soon as he came out,
No, they took 2 days to formulate that response. They
Did
took
they
their
really? Are
time
you
with that.
sure?
Yeah, they did.
because I believed it for about
And none
a
of
day,
the
and then-
staff did it. Only Jeremy did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he
Well, how long has this been out for?
he took time. This video.
No, the post. I think it's been out longer than a couple days.
What this David
April
French
1st.
punk says is very offensive to me.
April 1st. So it's not been.
I mean, because
because
he's basically what he's telling, and understand 75% of the people who go to church are going to look at this and go, he's right. You know, we have to be very careful about trying to act like that we're superior to everybody else. Well, Christianity is superior to all other religions.
suck
Yeah.
it.
100% suck it. It just is.
It's the best.
It
it's
is.
the only.
It is. That's the reason I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
If I thought there were other religions that were close, I would say I lean Christian. I'm 100% Christian. Christ is king. I don't care about your other stupid religions. And so this guy's this is a plan. He's not. I'm sure he's not the only one who posted this. And so they get this narrative, they get the talking point, and then they all push it, saying Christ is king is anti-Semitic. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go out there tomorrow, church sign. You know what it's going to say? Christ is king. Suck it.
Suck it. Underneath.
Christ is king, and then the next slide's going to be
Suck it.
Lee Brown.
Lee Brown. Quote by Lee Brown.
I can't do that.
Oh, that is. I did not see that one. Wow.
All right, let's
Okay.
see what that.
That's an idiotic statement.
Show you the allegations, and you can decide. Ladies and gentlemen, Candace Owens saying Christ is king is being now seen as dangerous. It's very important to remember that the war on Christ is not started by the left. It was started by Andrew Clavin of the Daily Wire in an attempt to explain how I was anti-Semitic. So let's go through all of
Wow.
this. We've been cataloging all of this.
Hold on.
Oh,
And,
whoa. That's okay.
I didn't read
that
the first part. Did you just hear the bus coming? Because Candace was behind the wheel, bud. She just
Andrew
run.
Clavin was in the headlights.
Wow.
She said the war on Christ was started by Andrew Clavin.
Holy cow. Oh, boy. Then what's her next tweet here? This is interesting. It's drama. So much drama.
Start at the beginning. Ben Shapiro and Candace Owens are fighting, and they're fighting quite publicly now. They began fighting quite publicly a couple of months ago after the October 7th terrorist attack in Israel over, I believe, what seemed to be very large differences, like a chasm of differences in policy towards Israel, like American policy towards Israel. That led Ben Shapiro to say this.
The question is about Candace Owens. I think her behavior during this has been disgraceful. Without a doubt. I think it's I can't was that? Yeah, and she still works for my company. And I think she's been absolutely disgraceful. I think that her faux sophistication on these particular issues has been ridiculous. It's not faux sophistication, it's ridiculous. Everybody can see the moves that she's making and the things that she's saying, and I find them disreputable.
So Candace Owens is
Oh, yeah.
faux sophisticated person who's disgraceful and disreputable.
Uncancelable.
And here's Ben Shapiro posing in front of a Candace Owens billboard.
Okay,
Uncancelable.
all right,
Gleefully
that was a
saying
jerk
she is
move right
uncancelable.
there.
Well,
Yeah, see, that's
this
no
is when
different
they
than what-
hired her. So this is
Okay.
from a tweet from when they hired her,
Okay.
and then it's just funny how it played out. A couple years later, they tried to cancel her.
And they're the ones
I
that
don't think they're
canceled her.
trying to cancel her, but they said you're not a good fit for us, right? I mean,
This was a
they're not
this
smearing
was a
her.
very flimsy excuse to
Ben
let her go.
Shapiro is. Ben Shapiro wasn't holding back. He just smeared her right there
Yeah.
in his little speech.
It's a very flimsy excuse to let her go. It sounds like they're making up something.
Yeah,
She pissed off Ben
yes.
because her view of this isolationist view of foreign policy with the United States, which I have a tendency to agree with, and except like I said, instead of Israel is an
Israel's
exception.
different story,
Just from a
but
Christian perspective.
Yes.
Israel's it's a whole different animal there.
Yeah.
Ukraine, we just keep funneling money to that pimp, and he just keeps buying hoes.
Yeah.
I mean, we just really do. We keep funneling money to Ukraine, and Ukraine keeps funneling it back to the Biden family. You're an ignorant POS if you don't understand that. I mean, seriously, if you don't know what's going on there, I just want it, and I would have said the same thing. Israel is very capable of fighting their own battles, and we don't need to meddle in it. And if they want to turn the Gaza Strip into a parking lot, let them.
Yeah. And if they come to us and ask us for help,
That
let's
would
help
be
them.
different.
That's
Yeah.
100% different. If
Right.
they come to us and say, "Hey, we need your help," all right, you got it.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
That's the difference.
But just kind of
Not trying to make our way into it when it's not our business.
And just to say, okay, if I say I don't want to help the Muslims in Saudi Arabia, am I anti-Islam?
Yeah.
No, I just don't want to. I just want to be a part of that.
Yeah. It's not our
See,
business.
I think sometimes their excuse is that the reason we need to protect Israel is because God said He would protect Israel, and just because God said He's going to do something doesn't mean He's going to use a country that's not mentioned in the Bible to do it.
True.
He
I
will
wish
do
my
it His
relatives
way.
would listen to that.
He will do His way, right? And maybe it does involve us, right?
America
But
is
right
not
now,
part of the plan.
right now, we're meddling in something we've not been asked to meddle in,
Yes.
and I think
Yeah.
we're overstepping.
Once
A lot
again,
of times.
I believe if Israel comes to us,
Anti-Semitic.
yeah, how dare
exactly.
you? Christ is king.
Yeah, he
That
is.
bar is racist.
They are. They fired their only
Just
black.
stop
They fired
using
the only
that
black
word.
person, the token black person. They fired him. They fired Token.
You can't do that. You can't do that,
You
Ben.
can't fire Token.
Look at him. Look at how cute he is.
The
sitting
helium
there.
hamster.
That was definitely a few years ago. He looks younger.
Yeah, like I said, that was when they first hired her, and I was like, it didn't age well, did it?
I halfway like Ben Shapiro, and he has such a punchable face.
He's hard. He's hard to debate. He's hard to debate.
Honestly,
watched
I
lots
would
of people try to debate
probably
him, and it
probably
just-
listen to Walsh before I listened to Shapiro. Honestly, if I was
Oh,
going to pick their
100%.
content, yeah.
100%. Yeah.
And if anybody, I'm listening to Jordan Peterson. I like Jordan Peterson. I don't understand half the stuff he says, but I listen to him.
I like Jordan Peterson a lot. I
Yeah.
really do. He is very gifted in
Words.
speaking in such a way that when you get done, you're like, oh, wow, that's fantastic. And all he said was goobly-gook.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's
that
like
happens.
they are continually asking him, "Are you a Christian?" And he won't say yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He talks for 20 minutes about how that question's not fair.
Well, that's a gun. Yeah. And he does that stuff.
Yeah.
I like it when they get on there and he had a debate with Destiny. He's like, oh, he just destroyed Destiny. And it's like, yeah, he made his points. Destiny made his. And
Yeah.
I don't know what you call him destroyed or anything like that. Oh, let's see what Boy Benny has to say.
Okay.
They proved that to be incorrect as the Daily Wire canceled Candace Owens and then fired Candace Owens.
I don't think they
Candace
canceled her,
Owens
but-
has
But
ended
he
the relationship.
Well, they
with the
canceled
Daily
her
Wire. Of
show.
course, this started after those comments and when Ben Shapiro and Candace Owens were quite publicly warring Candace Owens, from my personal perspective, taking quite the high road here by talking about Scripture, saying, blessed are the peacemakers, obviously quoting Christ, saying you can't serve both God and money. Ben Shapiro took offense to that, saying, Candace, if you feel like taking money from the Daily Wire somehow comes between you and God, by all means quit. And that, not a great response here, because Candace is quite literally just quoting Scripture. Candace says, you cross the line when you come for when you come for the scripture and read yourself into it, I will not tolerate it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the deterioration of the
That's what it
relationship.
was.
He
That's what it
gets
was.
That's what it was right there.
She basically called him on his crap,
Yes.
and not a very pleasant way because
he doesn't like that.
She's mean like that.
Because he's the employer, and she works on the plantation.
Yep, and there you go. That's
And Daily Wire's racist.
Again, I think as a boss, right? If Ben Shapiro's the boss or if Jeremy's the boss, it doesn't matter. This allowing to go on for weeks, at least a week at this point or farther, was publicity. If they really disliked the way she was behaving and this little Twitter war or X war back and forth, they would have done away with her. And instead, they've let it go on for how many weeks is this now?
Yeah.
And that's all publicity is good publicity thing.
yeah, that's true.
Well,
I really don't think they like each other.
I don't
though.
think this is good for the Daily Wire.
At this point, nothing is stopping the Daily Wire.
You think so?
No. Yes, I think that. No, they just continue to increase in popularity. As far as social media metrics and views and
that's good.
stuff.
Once
so,
again,
yeah.
That's good.
I think they got good organization. They got good dudes behind it. I don't agree with everything they do, but yeah, I think she's going to blow up though. I think she's going to go on her own.
Yeah.
And pull.
Oh, it'd be great if you joined Crowder's.
Oh my!
Oh my gosh!
The Hodge
Hey, I'm called it.
twins
I'm called it right now. She's going to join Crowder.
No, she won't.
Oh my gosh!
She
If
joins
she does.
That's the biggest FU to Daily Wire you could possibly do.
That is true.
She doesn't need Crowder. She's bigger.
She
than
joined the Crowder Network with the Hodge twins and